Greetings, Bull fans. We are back here at Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the WPA Players Championship. And now it is brought to you by the World Pool Billiard Association, WPA, and of course, CSI CueSports International. And now, pool fans, it is that time. We started with 64 of the finest players from all over the world, and we have come down to 2. It's time for the finals. It's a race to 9 alternate break, and your referee in charge, Mr. John Lehman. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that we will have a tiebreaker. If it's at 9, we're going to go into extra innings at 9 apiece, and it'll be a race to 11 at that point, right, John? Up to 11. Must win by 2. That's correct. Okay, now let's meet the players. Firstly, he comes from the Philippines. He's the 2017 World 9-Ball Champion. Please welcome Carlo Biado. And his opponent, also a champion, the 2015 U.S. Open 9-Ball Champion. Here is from Taiwan, Kevin Cheng. Thank you, John. And now, gentlemen, let's lag.
Welcome back, pool fans. Ted Lerner there, getting this match underway. And the final on day 8 is between Kevin Cheng from Taiwan, Carlo Biado from the Philippines, and I'm joined in the combox for this final. It's been a pleasure all week. All the way from Christchurch, New Zealand, Jason, the Kiwi Kane.
G'day. Wonderful match here. We got Hsuan Kevin Cheng. He's a 798 on that Fargo. Carlo Biado from the Philippines is an 810. And yeah, Kevin Cheng won the lag. Carl, I've commentated on a few of Kevin's matches. He's been parking that cue ball and getting position on the 1. Let's see if he does it here.
Let's have a look. Yep, as you said, controlling the cue ball lovely. Loses it a little bit towards right centre, but it's dry.
Made 2 balls. Can see the 1. But just a safety option, I would say here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a bank on, does there? Because the 9 ball's in its path. Both players well-deserved finalists in the inaugural WPA Players Championships here at Griff Billiards, Las Vegas. Biado was in a tough match. Fair to say Chang Yulong didn't really show up, but he closed it out well. Nice shot here though. There you see all amateur pool players using the wall of balls there. Always try and look for a thick wall of balls. As you can see, he's got 3 to hide behind, so Biado will be kicking at this one.
Well, throughout the tournament, I've seen Kevin Cheng playing those containing safeties. Fairly simple, nothing too fancy, but they're getting the job done. Kevin won a semi-final earlier today over Hsuan Cheng from the Philippines, 9-6.
So makes a good hit. Cue ball's coming round. He'll be happy with this because As you can see, the orange 5 is acting as a blocker. So combination very, very difficult here. So you can't really see him taking that on because of the distance. Many players might think that's an option, but I don't believe it is. No, is he having a look at it?
Yeah, I think he's lining it up all
It's
of
a
a
big
sudden.
shot. Maybe he feels safety shot is very difficult, so don't get me wrong, I mean, this is very, very difficult.
I think he'll have the 1 ball and the 2 ball pocket if he makes it.
Whenever there's huge distance, makes the shot tenfold harder. Has to be said, he's hit it absolutely lovely.
Beautiful.
If you can combo like that, then why not take it off?
And he played position for the 1. He knew where the 1 was going. He stopped the cue ball over there. Just lagged this ball in on the 2. Wide open table here, Kevin.
Yeah, that was it was a special shot. It was even more special in my eyes because I was always terrible at combos, so. He's got that funny little mannerism, hasn't he, when he bops down, bops back up, bops down, back up. And this is well controlled as well. Hsuan Cheng, former US Open 9-ball champion. And
Who did he beat in that final?
You've already stitched me up for this one.
Stitch yourself up. Beat the one and only Carl Boyers in the final, 2015 US Open 9-ball.
And just 2 days away from this year's US Open 9-ball championship. So both of these players obviously gone through a tough field in this year's Players Championship, so they're going to enter that event brimming with confidence.
Shaking his head there, pointing where he wanted the cue ball to be. But I mean, he's still looking good here.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I mean, if anything, he wanted a bit more angle just to make this next shot natural, but I think he's fine there. He's just settling himself down, isn't he? Plays a good shot.
Well, he went for that aggressive combo and it paid off, Carl. 1-0 to Cheng.
Yep, it's a fantastic opener in this year's final.
We are playing on Andy 988 cloth on the nice diamond tables. Cyclop Hyperion balls. Master Chalk. This is a WPA event. It's their first event that they are hosting. Produced by CSI here. How tips. They also got a booth here. The new tips just came out on the market, I think. John Lehman, tournament director. As I mentioned earlier, he was in the 80s band. It was a lead singer and a heavy metal band. And that is actually not one of my made up stuff. I confirmed it with him. He was. Carl, you didn't know, the end of the last match, I did as Carl Boyers. Yeah, I did the last match as Carl Boyers, commentating. The last game wasn't good.
What, you was trying to impersonate my accent?
No, it was more of talking a little slower.
That's just one of my little tricks that I've picked up so the viewers can understand my lovely accent.
It makes sense, actually.
Also brought to punditry, calling the colour of the ball because you can't see the numbers, so why not say the colour?
Makes sense. Not everyone plays pool all the time, especially 9-ball. They might be playing 8-ball back in the pub or something. Now, Carlo is looking around. He's not allowed to ask the tournament director to set him up again. He's just got to accept it. So he's just having a look where to attack from, the angle.
Yeah, as she said, he's just reading the racks, deciding what type of break he feels he's got to imply.
Made a
9
ball.
balls in.
9-ball. Whoa.
That's what you want. That's what you want. You want a fast rack. Some people like the golden break, some people don't.
You know, I did see him slip John Lehman a $100 bill earlier. I wondered what it was for. Carlo Biado from the Philippines, former golf caddy. He was a golf caddy turned pool player. Biado, 2017 WPA World 9-ball champion as well. 2018, he lost in a final of the World 9-ball to Joshua Filler from Germany. Back-to-back finals he got.
Yeah, that's pretty strong, that has to be said. Can anybody out there name the other Filipino that got to back-to-back World 9-ball Championship finals? If you want to Facebook or Instagram me, see if you know the answer. Little trivia question here.
What do they win if they get that?
They win a date night with Jason Kiwi Kane.
That's it.
I'm sure I get no messages now.
Good luck, guys.
Sluggish rack there, you could tell. Balls just didn't really move as our referee John shouts out illegal break. An illegal break means Carlo can play this shot or he can pass it back. He's not allowed to play a push out. So if he likes the shot, he will play it. If he doesn't, Cheng will have the option of the push out because he was the breaker.
You highly doubt he's going to pass it back. He's going to do something, isn't he?
Well, you would think whenever you've got some form of open shot at the object ball, you'd be a brave man to pass it back, wouldn't you? Can make this ball, but it's very thin, and it's that type of shot where you've got to juice it up with loads of left-hand spin. So it needs to be needs to judge this well if he's taking it on. I mean, you can see where he's aiming on the cue. It looks like he's going to have a dabble.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if he's gone for it. Has he played safe? Tried to get the one ball on the side and get him behind the ball he's next to. You would think he's tried that because he wouldn't be that far out at the pot. I think he's just tried to get the cue ball in behind the 7 because he knows this one ball won't pot. But we know Kevin's very good at this this combo, but this is even more difficult than the last one he made.
The hit is quite slow if he goes for it, like to kill the cue ball a little bit and leave the 1 there and a cue ball over there.
He's a confident fella taking these on. These just, this doesn't look pretty at all for me. There you see, picking his point on the rail. Going to pretend the 4 ball's not there. So So he's finding his aiming point and just trying to concentrate on sending that one into his aiming point. Oh, he's a farce. He's a farce of a man at that shot. He's making that shot look like a hanger. But then the last two shots he's played, honest to God, unbelievable. I think he's just okay, isn't he? He can just miss the 5 and come off minimum 2, possibly 3 rails.
Want to get the angle to come back down for the 3 though.
Yeah, that's shy of pace. That he wanted that another foot over, didn't he? So can he pinch a bit? He clearly can, because he's walked down to where he wants the cue ball and he's pointing. That always gives you a little inkling that the player's got the angle. Kevin Cheng from Taiwan, another one of these Taiwanese players that hits the ball real sweet. Seems effortless when he cues.
Five to the 6. Little concern. He's taking his time.
I think the big problem is the fact of where the 6 ball is. So he needs to get where he needs to get to on the 5 in order to get to the 6. This isn't the difficult shot. He's getting the cue ball exactly where he wants for this next shot now.
Tons of options here.
Spinning this in so he can play the 6 in the side.
If he didn't get it, he's got the lock-up safety if he doesn't like it, the angle.
Yeah, as you said, he could stop the cue ball right in behind the 9, but he'd have liked the cue ball a little bit further, but you think he'd have a go at this. It's not that brutal, is it?
Yeah, he's lining it up to go for it.
But as you said, he could just stop it dead, but that means he's letting his opponent back to the table. Plays it with right and spin. Wants cue ball to slow down. That's good enough. Good shot. So again, the unbelievable combination at the start of this rack wins rack number 3.
Kevin Cheng from Chinese Taipei. His Chinese Taipei name is Cheng Yushun, but he's also called Kevin Cheng in the USA here, and he's okay with that. His little nickname, Kevin Cheng. Kevin Cheng beat Fu Che Wei round 1, 7-4. David Anderson round 2, 7-2. Sean Wilkie 7-4. Beat Eagle Eye Jason Shaw 7-5. And earlier 9-6 over Johan Chua to get to the final. Beat some monsters there. Wow, look who Carlo Biado beat. Ruben Bautista Escalar, round 1. Then Skylar Woodward, 7-5-2. Yang Ching Shun, 8-6. And then Van Boning. And earlier, Chang Yu Long. He's beaten everyone. Woodward, Van Boning, Biado. Well deserved to be in a final.
So as we've seen, Biado was very successful at the soft cut break when he was racking the balls, and he's not been successful on this break, has he?
Dare I say another combo? But this is a tough off angle one, isn't it? He's laughing, I think, a little bit like, oh, another one?
I think this is a lot easier than the previous two.
Oh yeah, it is easier, yeah.
Yeah, but probably missed this one now.
4, 5, a little tied up. Get good position here though. Cue ball should hit the 6 ball. 1 staying towards the pocket over there. 3 balls up there as well.
Looks like they're evaluating the shooting. Greg slipped away.
A lot of people in here. You hear noise in the background. Packed house.
Griff Billiards here in Las Vegas, been a fantastic host.
Made another one.
Yeah, he just needs a combo every rack, doesn't he? If he can keep getting a combo every rack, he's going to walk this final. As you touched on before, 4 ball kind of tied up, isn't it? So what he's doing there is he's looking if he can get the cue ball, let's say on the middle of the table. Can he cut the 4 in, use the 1 rail and just bump the 9, and he would be on the 5. There's John giving him the bridge. Thought he were going to hold it that way then. I thought this is a new one. So it's decision time. Will he risk going into this cluster? That tells us he is doing. He wants to hit just above middle with right hand spin. Can't be sure how it's going to end up, because if you hit the 9 just off full ball, cue ball could land either side, could land past the 5 or underneath the 4. He knows dropping it in and trying to just land in the middle of the table is also difficult to judge. The way he's cueing there, you can see he's spinning this in and going into him.
So into the 9.
Oh, I've called a shot there, haven't I? Go on, you beauty.
A spot of bother here though.
That was always the danger. If you don't hit that 9 full, it could creep over to the left. Jump shot is on, but obviously if he pots this, cue ball's flying up table.
Kevin Cheng's first instinct early in that rack was to leave the cue ball in the middle of the table, the safer option. I bet he wished he did that now.
Looking at the table, he's got no real option other than the jump, so this is a case of just pot your ball and take whatever it gives you. Maybe you could pot this 4 ball, hit the top right hand jaw of the middle, come all the way back down table for the 5. That would be very juicy.
Wow, he made it. Where's the cue ball going?
He's scratched.
It's in.
Yeah. Good jump shot, just very difficult to control the white. So a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, he's just pointing his cue in it. But just hit top side of the 9 and caused it to float past the 5, and hit it pretty good, didn't he? Just one of them things. You wouldn't really put it down as a bad shot, would you? Or would you?
I would.
You're,
I think
you're a ruthless man.
I think middle of the table would have been safer. He could also play a lock-up safety, just punch the ball, 4-ball around behind a 5-9.
Yep. I see what you're saying, partner.
He gambled in a small window.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, partner. Looking back now, you wish he wouldn't have gone into him, but
Biado looking good, wide open table here to tie the match. We are in Las Vegas, 6:27 in the evening, in my home country of New Zealand. It's 1:27 in the afternoon on Saturday, on the 20th, and here's the 19th.
this is just a formality now. Clearly this match will be 2-2.
Kevin Cheng can't look.
Don't forget, folks, it's a race to 9, win by 2.
We mentioned the sponsors earlier. Give a big thanks again to all of them. This is the WPA Players Championship, WPA event, produced by CSI. Race to 9, got to win by 2. If it goes 11-11, we play 1 game of sudden death. It's our last day, last match. We've been here 8 days. That's including the 4 days of qualifiers. We've seen everything. No one's played perfect. In these short matches, anything can happen. Yeah, just a quick look at those. Kevin Cheng just had a quick look. Likes them. Lost a cue ball on the last break. Let's see if he keeps it parked on this one. Made
9 balls moving, isn't it? 1 ball's tied up, but if you can see this full, you would think Biado's going to jail. There he is.
Yeah.
He's in jail, and he's in jail good. He's only got 1 shot here. He's going to go 2 rails up towards right-hand side of the pocket. Come down towards this 1. If he hits it right, he may pot it, but that would be very fortunate. But there's a small chance. Obviously, at this stage, he'd just take hitting the ball. So, folks, he's not really playing a particular shot here. He knows if he hits it right, he could pot it, but you're asking a lot. He just wants to hit the 1 here, and hopefully it's his day. Hits it full. And kind of take that. I mean, I know he's got a shot on it, but at least it's on the rail. Kevin might miss this one in
24.
1 in 24. I mean, you do expect him to pot this, but with it being on the rail, you never know. Rolls it in with ease, so Biado makes a good hit on the one ball, but today wasn't his day and he left it on.
Didn't hit it hard enough. Side pocket.
He hasn't.
I'd rather that be on the other side to float in for the 6. Now he's bumping into the 6, I think. Yeah, look at this angle.
Yeah, so he's got to judge this, hasn't he? Once he cuts this ball in, he needs to try and control this 6,
he didn't.
and he hasn't. So, small chance for Biado. Very thin cut. Do believe he's going to have a go at this. Be playing this with left-hand side. This kind of shot on a brand new TV table is even easier because it will slide in. But once the table's playing a bit more drier and worn, like your regular table in a billiard room, this shot becomes a lot harder. Let's just keep an eye on where this 6 ball goes. Oh, he's played it well, to be fair. He's gone in clean. Biado's only chance is if this lands plumb straight.
There you see it, Carl. It's a slight angle. Taking its time.
So he's got a small angle. Now he can play it a bit more off the rail. Doesn't have to go in the heart of the pocket. He will play this with delayed force follow to create even more angle. So watch where this 7 ball goes in. Oh, it went in too.
Whoa.
Yeah, it went in too clean. That was the problem. He tried to cheat the pocket there to spin it over. So he potted the 7 in the wrong side of the pocket. So now he's faced with, do I play safe or do I go for the bank in the bottom left, bottom right pocket, sorry, where he stood. Maybe it goes in the middle. 9 ball's not in the way, is it? No. No, it's not. So the 9 ball is, yeah, the 9 ball's not in his way there, so. Very difficult shot this, but he's forced into it. It's not there. Very close though.
That all started when he got out of line on that 4-ball in the side. Punched into the 6, made it much harder. It just started getting worse for him.
Again, this is no gimme. It's long cue ball. It's always a lot harder when you can't get your bridge hand on the slate. So even though the cue ball's not on the rail, his hand is, so just gives it a bit of a different edge to the shot. Pots it as clean as you like. 2 rails, plumb on the 9. How do you like this for a shot?
Biado takes the lead, 3-2, 10,000 to the winner, 7,000 a second, and it's WPA Players Championship.
Currently, game 6. Current score is 3-2 in favor of Mr. Biado.
So Kevin Cheng had his opportunity in that rack, didn't it? Didn't take him. Biado takes the lead. Have you enjoyed yourself here this week, Jason?
Yes, I have. My first time commentating. And I'm happy to be sitting next to you, learning a lot. I'm going to talk a little slower in the future when I'm live on pay-per-view. Unless I get excited, then I'm going to go off.
Is that how bad it is? Is that how I talk?
No. You're perfect. A lot of knowledge. Love learning about the natural angles and everyone, you know, all kinds of things. Excellent. And after this match, we're going to get a couple of beers in, I think.
A couple.
Yep. Out on a town.
A couple of dozen, I think.
That's it.
It's been a long week. We've done stage 1 and stage 2. This is day 8, and it's the final match. I never thought we'd get there.
Yeah. We've had everything. We've had Delvis, Del Smith from London, England in the qualifiers. From Del Smith to Carlo Biado. About to smash these up. He's also broken serve there, as we say. Kevin Cheng won the lag, but he's lost his serve now, losing that game.
So Biado checks the rack, moves cue ball a little bit more towards the center. So he feels like there's a gap somewhere, so kind of prefer it when players are hitting the break hard as opposed to the softer break he's been doing. Feel like it's better to watch. Makes a ball, 9 balls moving towards corner again.
Again, yeah.
Now, will he have a go at... it's not over the pocket, is it? So I can't see him taking this 9 on. I think you can forget about that one. Looks like he's got a quite easy, obvious safety shot at first glance.
Got to be careful you don't leave a jump shot 1 into the 9. Play the cue ball behind a 4 instead. Is that safer? 2 rows, 3 rows behind a 4.
Yeah, you can certainly get a good 1 ball, couldn't you?
Yeah, get a better 1 ball away from the 9. Let's see what he does.
Carlo will probably play something a bit more ingenious and put us all to shame.
No, I think he went. No.
Yeah, that was the kind
No,
of
but
obvious shot.
I think it's popped out. I think.
Needs cue ball to stop, doesn't he? Has he left the pot? He's flung he's flung his hand up in the air, didn't he, in disgust. Has he left the pot? Difficult to see if the potting angle is on. If I was a betting man, I would err on the edge of no. Not a bad effort, is it? At least the one ball's tied up. I think Carlo's just got to try and bump this one ball inside of the rail and the 6, I think.
John Lehman standing there watching us hit.
That's what he's tried. He was good at it, did hit the one ball. He was just trying to sneak it in that little window, wasn't he? Sometimes when you roll the ball and all, you might feel like it's pulled off a touch. Could hit a bit of chalk or a bit of dust or one of the moths out of your wallet.
No, I'm not like that at all. That's Suke. I'm fine.
Oh, that's sick. Wow, that's funny. Sometimes you forget you're on the stream, so yeah, he's made a good shot there, hasn't he? Very easy to hit this one ball off the top rail, so you know he's not going to just get down and whack it. He's going to, you would think he's going to go around top end of table, and what he's trying to do here is vision the cue ball coming off that top rail. There you see, he's just looking if he can get the cue ball to hit a certain part of this yellow one. There you go, he's giving you a perfect guide. I'll shut up.
And those of you been emailing asking where is that smooth, silky voice of Ben Sutherland, he will be joining us later in this match. Satnav Ben Sutherland. He got an offer for Satnav to do the Satnav voice, I found out earlier. So in your GPS in your cars.
Yeah, that makes sense,
Yeah.
actually. He's got a soothing voice.
Turn left.
Next right, 200 yards.
Yeah. Where's this one going to go afterwards? Boom. Let's see.
So he's just trying to hit the right-hand side of the one.
9 ball.
He's chased the 9. It's a fair effort. Bad news is he's left it. I'll tell you what, it was a good effort though, wasn't it? It was close. Good vision.
Wow, he went all out there.
From the world champion. Don't like saying former, but yeah, he wasn't a million miles away. Kevin Cheng often likes to swap over and use his left. So, just going to draw the cue ball over. Nice and easy for the 4. Plays the 3 off the 5. So that works.
Let's get out here, middle of the table. Did he underhit it? No, he's okay. Wide open table. Put all the money you want. He's out here. He's going to tie this match up.
Sure, it's no surprise to the viewers and ourselves. Our 2 finalists in the inaugural Players Championships. Both big hitters. you would also expect one of these to go close in just a few days' time.
Absolutely, especially with this warm-up they're getting here. That's it, tie the match up. Back on serve. Cheng Hsuan, Kevin Cheng with a nice out there. Carlo Biado, instead of playing the kick safe, went kick billiard on the 9, all out, and sold out. I'm looking around, a lot of former players from this tournament are all still here watching. Chinese Taipei guys, Filipinos, everyone's here, intently watching this match.
So the scores, he's tied 3-3. Be kind of nice if this one goes all the way, wouldn't it? And we have a sudden death rack. That'd be nice to sweat.
Yes, that would have to go 11-11, and they would lag again, and one game of sudden death to see who the champion is. John's happy with that. Let's see if Kevin is.
John's happy with that. We're happy with that.
Kevin had just a quick look again. He doesn't look too much. He's like, oh, I'm okay with that.
I think most of the time when somebody's racking the balls for you, kind of just get up and hit them as hard as you can.
Just keep a good cue ball, yeah?
Yeah. Very good at controlling the cue ball is Kevin, so
He lost it a little bit.
obviously sends it across the room just because I said that, but it's worked out, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Especially if the 2 ball keeps running, which I don't believe it has. Interesting to see if this is a 2-9 combo, because if he's just off straight on the 1, can he spin it round off 2 into the gap?
We know how deadly he is with those combos. He's looking at it. Oh, he's shaking his head now. What's he looking at here? Can't have any angle then, that's what it must be. Jacked up.
Cued that really good, made it look easy. Dead straight, pulled the cue back, the cue ball back in a dead straight line. Is he playing a billiard carom?
Maybe you can play the 9 combo and the billiard on the 4 at the same time.
Yeah, it's not.
Might be.
It's not out of the equation, that one, is it? So watch the purple 4 and the 9 ball, folks. I think his intended ball here, to be honest, is the 4, because that's probably a little easier to judge, maybe.
Sometimes you go for both and miss them both. You should just pick one, maybe.
Often do that. So watch the 4 ball and the 9 ball.
Play the 4 and go position.
Wow, how do you like that?
Looking good now.
So he's played some nice shots so far in this final. Some nice combos, some caroms, showing the skills that he possesses.
When you played him in that US Open, you played him in the hot seat and the final?
That is correct, sir.
Were they, I actually don't know, were they close matches at all or not?
Not really. He ran a 4 or a 5 pack and then a 5 or a 6 pack in both matches. He was breaking a bit like Biado was, where he was soft breaking, and I just kind of watched him really. But I remember missing like an 8-ball down the rail to maybe get back in the match a little bit, but it was a Kevin Cheng show.
Didn't want to come back this far. What kind of angle he's got here?
Yeah, he got into that, didn't he? So
Yeah.
now he's going to have to find a little window in between pocket and 9-ball. Let's watch the cue ball here. So we're approaching the hour mark and we've had 6 racks. It's fair to say Kevin Cheng's not the quickest player on tour.
Yeah.
Very methodical, likes to look at his shots, get himself ready for his shots.
He's missed it.
He's missed it by a long way.
How's that cue ball going?
If it doesn't go in, Biado's not going to be faced with an easy shot, but I'm sure he would have took this because we'd have thought he weren't getting back to the table.
Yeah, what was looking like a simple out. Kevin Cheng got out of line. And now he's not at the table anymore. I fancy Biado for this as well.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot, but I'm sure if you'd have asked Carlo, do you want this shot or do you want to be sat in your chair 4-3 down, he'd take this obviously, so needs to be cued well.
Look at that shot.
Oh, it's beautiful, especially if it misses the 8.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What a shot from the Black Tiger there. He has punished the mistake from Kevin Cheng.
Yeah, I fancied him for that. He loves punishing people when they make mistakes. He's going to break his serve, I think, here as well, again. Biado takes the lead, 4-3. And we've been, early in the week I said this, we've been getting a lot of lovely messages about the commentating. Lovely, lovely messages. And I had the same question early in the week. How do they get a signed photo of me? Now, Kathy Smith sent a letter in asking this. And as I told you, Kathy, you put that $20 bill in an envelope, you send that to me, and I'll get that photo out to you. Get well soon.
It's been an enjoyable week here at Griff Billiards, but one thing's for certain, you got to work on your jokes.
They just come out. I don't even think. I don't stay up to midnight thinking about these things. You missed some of them. You haven't been here for some of them. I might have to, because Ben Sutherland's coming in any minute now. I've got to unload all my jokes. Let me look at my back page of my book. Hold on a second. I didn't even use the Winston Churchill one yet. God, I'm waiting for certain moments in the game, and they're not happening. So I might have to just squeeze them in somewhere. I got notes here, look. Shire, bowl of taters. That's a note. Meerkat. That's another note. Mouse, cheese. These are my notes. October 29th, 1941. What is it? What does it mean? You'll find out.
During this final, I've been sat here drawing a picture
Oh, let me have a look.
of our other co-commentator, Ben Sutherland.
Look at that. Oh, I wish we need like a handheld to show you.
And I've tried to copycat the attire he's wearing.
Ben Sutherland has come with vest, tie. He looks like the guy at the airport with a sign with your name on it. Here's Biado. Switching sides, I think. This time, I don't think he was over there before. He saw something, maybe a little gap or something that works to his advantage from this side of the table. That 9-ball's been moving as well. Wow, he's hit those soft.
This is the break he's been doing, so he
Look at this.
he was happy with the rack.
Oh, might have it.
Yep, there you can see it, folks. He's on this 2-ball.
He's made 3 balls, yeah. Didn't hit him that hard, but very successful.
That was the break he's been doing all along when he's been racking the balls himself. And it's a very effective break shot. If you're wondering why he's not been doing that in the last couple of matches, it's because he's been looking at how the balls sit when the referee sets them up. Sometimes they don't look like the correct gap is in the right position, but I'm not going to bore you too much with that type of talk.
Carl, I've only got 2 more games and Ben's going to take over. This is going to be it.
It's an emotional time here in the booth.
I'll be watching from the bar.
I'm jealous.
He's missed it.
Yeah, he wasn't comfortable, was he? You could see he was up, down, up, down.
That's a big miss.
Yeah, be confident, Carlo. Get down and slam that ball in. You're a world champion, man.
I didn't think he was going to miss that. God, he could have really put the heat on Cheng if he had made this out. Yeah. Good chance for Kevin to tie the match.
Obviously, it's easy sat watching and it's easy sat here, so you just get the sense this match is going all the way, don't you? Would be a fitting way to end. You would think there's many more twists and turns left in this match. You know, it's a big title, big tournament.
That $10,000 doesn't hurt either.
It's very true indeed.
$50,000 added to this event by WPA and the sponsors. He's laughing. Having a laugh.
He's obviously landed not great on it, but I'm sure he can manufacture something to get down table.
Look at this.
Speed's a little bit high, isn't it? Yeah, he's landed a bit A little bit low there. Obviously at this level you always expect the players to pot this ball, but you just never know. And he's made it. We're back to 4-4, folks.
Back on serve. Kevin Cheng to break the next game. One more game for me, and then the smooth-talking Ben Sutherland will come back in the box. Carl Boyers, the Beast of Blackpool, will be staying with you. I don't know how I'm going to squeeze a couple of my jokes in. The situation hasn't been coming up for me. I'll have to wait till next year.
Phew.
John Lehman taking his time. Does not want to make a mistake for the players. It's not easy getting all the balls tight. Even the players can't do it.
Yeah, and as you said, it's, you know, it's the final, it's a big match, there's a lot of money at stake, big title. He doesn't want to give the guys a bad rap, does he?
No, it's actually a lot of pressure on him. See the cue ball here. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Oh, I've been waiting for that one. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Kevin Cheng. All week. I was a little delayed getting it out, but I got there in the end. Ball in hand for Biado. That was Charles Dickens, by the way, Tale of Two Cities. Now, Carl, he's got to be out here.
Well, I mean, it's not just I know what you're saying, but it's not just a case of, oh, well, he's out. I mean, let's just give him the rack then.
Well, Strickland would.
Let's look for the problems.
Well, 2 to the 3, maybe 5 as well. 3 to the 5.
See, now you're seeing the problems, aren't you?
Wow, pundit, mate. That's what we do.
Yeah, you would think 2 to 3, 3 to 5. 1 to 2 is easy, but can he get on the kind of right side of the 2 to make getting on the right side of the 3? I think he can just roll this in. Probably just kind of roll this in a little bit further. Or can he spin this in and come below the 8? We're just begging here, folks, aren't we?
Ben Sutherland, I'm looking for him. I don't see him anywhere. Well, we'll find out after this game. Nayuki Oi is over there. Maybe he'll come in and do some commentating. Oh, a little out of line here.
Yeah, it's probably a good place to be though, because after potting this, you can play 2 rails and play the orange 5 in the left middle.
it. Slow down. Perfect.
Yeah, how do you like that?
These 4 balls to take back the lead.
So Biado back in front, just passes the halfway stage of this final.
Five, 4, Biado. Give us a song. Come on, boys. It's the last day. I'll sing it with you.
Just don't feel it's the right time at the moment.
Are they taking a time out? They are. Wait, Carl, come on. Carl.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Good time.
And we are back. Biado's up 5-4. I'm going to exit stage left. Thank you, Carl Boyers, for all your knowledge and everything, all your jokes. I will see you at the bar. And in comes the lean, mean potting machine, Ben Sutherland.
Great job.
Sutherland.
The current score is, on in game 10, the current score is 5.
So we are back.
Thank you for that introduction, Mr. Kane. It's nice to be back with you, Mr. Boyes. How are you, sir?
I'm good. It's been a fantastic match so far. Biado just sneaking in front time and time again. He is winning 5-4. Tries a soft break, doesn't work, leaves a shot.
And Biado came up dry on rack number 10 on the break. Kevin Cheng with a nice open starting shot on the 1 ball. Getting down for the 2 ball, a little bit of a task. We do have some traffic down table.
Yeah, first shot is key here. Just try and navigate down table for the blue 2.
Sounded like you and Jason were having some fun with this match so far.
Yeah, we trying to lighten the mood for this final match. How's the pace?
How about that touch?
Yeah, that's real good, isn't it? Has to be said.
That was beautiful. Steered the cue ball nicely into that window between the 3 and 9.
Needs another good one here though, because this is quite thin.
You get a good side angle view of the new Cyclop Hyperion 9 ball. Did pretty well for what he had there.
Yeah, just decided to leave this long, make sure he found the correct gap.
I think Cheng can just run this forward with some top spin. Maybe a touch of top inside and avoid the 7. He could also elect to draw underneath the 6, spin out 2 rails just like that. He hit that very nicely. We are here at Griff's Billiards in beautiful Las Vegas. Nearly a packed house. Lots of people, so if we have some background noise, we do apologize, but everyone's here having fun, having a good time.
Me and Jason were saying, Ben, that this match has just got that air of it's going to go hill about it.
That would be one exciting way to end this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be, it would.
This is a $2,500 match. Second place wins himself a healthy $7,500. First place is $10,000. So a $2,500 difference between the 2 payouts.
Kind of gone a little bit wrong this. He wanted that cue ball good where he's pointed there, a foot to the left or a foot to the right. So he's landed on the old 50-yard line, so he's going to have to really get into this cue ball to slow it down. Might have to play this with loads of left check, so when it hits the bottom rail, you might even be able to screw into this, you know. You know, we've seen it many a time, this angle, very deceiving. Can he draw the life out of this 6 ball in it, side bottom left rail, or does he have to check this up? Is he going round the table?
Your guess is as good as mine, Carl.
Is he rolling it in? He's going round. Yeah, he never felt the angle were really there though, looking at the view we had. Turning into a big wrap now, because he had a good chance. And now he's forced with, well, it's a very tricky safety shot. Obviously the bank's kind of on, but it's not just a case of banking the ball. You've got to get on the 8 ball. In doing so, he'll hit this firm with a bit of left, so it's the bottom rail, side rail, and spins up table. And at the score line, this is a huge moment here. And he's rattled it.
Did he get away with it?
Did he get lucky? I don't believe he has done.
I think he's left enough of that 7 ball for Carlo to.
Oh, I don't know. Usually you would hold your hand up, wouldn't you? But because he didn't, I just felt like he'd left it. But I don't know.
Might have gotten a little fortunate. Carlo not looking extremely thrilled about the situation.
That's a huge roll if he's got away with this, but that's not to say he's going to win the rack yet, so we'll just have to be a bit patient at the moment. Could have gone anywhere, that 7 ball.
Is he going to swerve around the edge of the 9? Going to put a little spin on this ball.
Quite rightly so, he's taking his time. And he's got to swerve it a little bit, so you've got to try and get this swerve to kick in at around the 9 ball. You don't want it to swerve too soon.
Now he's looking at either rail first or kicking this ball away. I'm not quite sure. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is where I like the shot clock implemented, because I mean, he's taking 2 or 3 minutes in. There's only a couple of shots you can play, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't take this long. I probably would, but there's no real need, is there?
No.
Because you're either going to swerve it or go rail first. So make your mind up and shoot the shot, you know. No, but you see what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, exactly. I know what you're saying. That shot clock adds a little element of suspense.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just as a viewer, it's a bit tedious, isn't it? He's going rail first, so watch this one, folks.
This is very tough to control.
I'm not sure if the scratch is on either. Oh, it just flicked the 8. It was going towards the pocket, so it's a great shot. Needs another good one, though. The Filipinos, so good in them kind of situations where they've got to kick the ball in, and so he's playing it in the top right pocket. At first glance, I thought it might go in the centre. Oh, he's looking at the centre now, so.
A little bit of a tight angle coming in from the side like this. But I do believe Mr. Biado can handle this.
He will know the importance of this shot, though. Again, if there was a shot clock, I feel like we might be on the next rack by now. He's made it, so that's a good shot. Would love to be straight on this 9. Any kind of angle on this, and it can be missed. Dead straight, kind of unmissable. It's a big moment in this match, folks. And it's there. What a 3-ball run out that is from Carlo Biado to take a 2-rack lead.
Cheng trailing by a score of 4-6. Folks, we are coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. This event has been sponsored by Predator Cues, Master Chalk, the Rio Hotel and Casino, Andy 988 Billiard Cloth, Diamond Billiard Products, How Tips, H-O-W. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/HOWCUE. And this has been produced by CSI, CueSports International, and brought to you by the WPA, the World Pool Billiard Association. This is day 4 of our main event. We started with 4 days of qualifiers. And we had 4 days of main event action. We are now into our very last match of the event. Mr. John Lehman handling the reffing and racking duties on our feature table here. John's been here all 8 days as well, working his booty off.
Yeah, John, tournament director, referee, taxi driver.
Hairstylist.
Whose hair's he been doing? He's not been doing his own, put it that way.
I like John, he's a great guy. A lot of fun to be around. He's got some pretty cool stories too. Not unlike yourself, you're full of some fun stories, Mr. Boyes. I won't embarrass you or put you on the spot on the stream.
Go ahead.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
You're just trying to make something up, aren't you? So John's taking his time on this rack. I think John needs to be put on a shot clock.
Oh, Carl, you're brutal.
Well, I'm going to time him on the next one, decided. He looks happy with that.
Kevin Cheng to break off rack number 11. Takes a quick look at the rack. Decides he's okay with it too. And he's ready to give him a crack. Watch the 8-ball. 8-ball went high, nothing falls.
And he's got a shot of the 1 ball. Hampered queuing with the red 3. So it's not a complete hanger. There you can see the 3 ball just causing queuing problems, but this is a case of just put your 1 ball, Carlo. 2 balls over on the side rail, so naturally going over. Makes a good pot. He'd love an angle here as well. Wow, how do you like that? That looks pretty good to me.
That's perfect.
3 to 4 ball might be interesting because it doesn't look like the 4 goes past the 8 or past the 9, so
You may see that 4 ball played to the lower left, possibly the left middle pocket. Kind of all depends on where he lands on this 3 ball. Little bit funny here.
yeah.
I think he can roll this in and take the cue ball into the 5 or the 4, possibly create a shot. He's going to take a moment or two to assess the situation. Carlo leading right now 6-4 in this race to 9. This is a win by 2 format. So if we are fortunate enough to see this match go 11-11, we will have a 1-rack decider, and the breaker will be determined by a lag. We've seen it a couple of times throughout this event. Kind of a unique but cool format. I'm a fan of it. So he did what I thought.
Lacked a bit of pace though, didn't it?
Yeah, he tried to create something there. Didn't get rewarded too heavily with an aggressive position. However, there are plenty of safety opportunities on the table should he elect to go that route. Looked as though he was addressing the bank shot on the side there for a moment. So Carlo taking his time here. Trying to figure out just the right way to play this 4. Does he want to attack or does he want to duck? And if he ducks, how does he want to do it? Looks like he may be using the 9 for coverage, banking the 4 back across.
Needs his cue ball to spin though.
I don't know about that shot. I think he might be okay. Tough to tell if there's enough of it exposed to pocket the ball or not. He certainly can see the ball. He's not taking much time, which tells me it goes.
Yeah, Carlo was trying to get the 4 ball further to the right, wasn't he? So the 8 come into play. Tough pot though, striking down on the cue ball. Plenty of distance in between the balls, so it's not a complete guaranteed shot. Cued it well though, and look where it's landed.
Not ideal. You can see he's awkwardly cueing. Not too happy with his positional effort there. He's not the tallest guy in the room, and he's got to reach halfway across the table and cue over an object ball, while at the same time maintaining 1 foot on the ground.
as you said, I don't think he's going to try and get too giddy about it. Yeah, not a bad option really. Many a player would maybe try and pot that ball hard and pull it back a foot or two. Sensible play because he knew he was guaranteed the pot that way, so he's relying on this bank. Cue ball looks in a pretty good spot for the bank, so there you see.
Very nicely done. So Kevin 3 balls away from getting within 1 rack. He will be breaking in rack number 12. So barring a major mental error, Cheng will be within 1.
Scores at 6-5. Biado, we've been playing just over an hour and 30 minutes.
In favor of Mr. Biado.
So Carl, what is your favorite moment in pool history? Got you thinking there for a minute. There's probably been a lot of good ones. Doesn't even necessarily have to be with you involved. Just in general, maybe your favorite moment in pool took place amongst other people or players. Maybe you don't have a moment. Maybe they're all your favorite. Just kind of trying to pick your brain a little bit. Give the viewers a little Carl Boyes insight.
Favorite moment in pool history?
I was kind of hoping you'd say something along the lines of, you know, commentating all week with you, Ben, but clearly that didn't enter your mind.
If you'd have said worst moment in pool.
I would imagine a world championship is, I mean, does it get much better than that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think outside the box though.
Well, you can keep pondering that if you'd like. If not,
I think I would have to go for the rack at 12-all in the World Final against Niels. I made a bit of a mess of the finish. And the last shot I had to flick the 8 out. If I don't flick it out, I've lost. And I flicked it perfect. Maybe that.
very cool.
I also like drilling her live on Sky in the Moscone. That was pretty cool. So Carlo will be breaking with a 1-rack lead.
I've got a trivia question in regards to what we were just discussing.
So the last 2 breaks, it has to be said, not very good racks from our referee, John Lyman. And he's left the world here for Carlo.
Going back to that match with you and Niels, where you won 13-12. You probably know the answer to this, but what was the deficit that you had to overcome in that match? I know the answer.
The deficit I had to come. No, he had to come. He was down, not me.
How did I word that? Did I say you?
Yeah.
Niels was down 11-5.
No, I don't. Was he? I don't think he was down that much. I think he was down 10-6. Was he 11-5 down? You know more than me, Ben. Quite clearly. I was just there. So first shot goes a little bit wrong for Kevin Cheng. Doesn't get on this 2-ball, so cue ball in behind the 5 looks pretty tasty, doesn't it? Just float it round, there you go. Spin will take it over, but he's hit it full. And he's forgot about the 2-ball. Has the 2-ball run along enough, or can Biado chop this ball in? It's kind of just run on just enough where, there you see, just enough where it makes it quite a brutal shot. This, it's very thin. Often you see players miss this ball altogether. But again, it's another huge moment in this final. You would have thought Kevin Cheng would have got the cue ball in behind the 5.
Yeah, especially with the cue ball control that he's displayed all week, especially on those type of finesse style safeties. He has been absolutely incredible.
So he's made the 2, and this is where he needs a bit of lady luck. He doesn't need this cue ball to land on the 3, and it hasn't. It's landed perfect. Does the 4 past the 7 turquoise blue ball? If it does.
I do believe it does.
If it does, these are all there, aren't they? He's having a good look though. So if it is tight, you want to be dead straight on this ball. Obviously where the 5 is, he can just stop the cue ball dead. He doesn't have to do anything crazy with it.
Ooh, great angle there. Yeah, that's tough to tell, isn't it? I think there is enough.
Does look like there's a gap, but it must be tight. He's milked it. Do you know that saying? He milked it.
Milked? Milked?
Milked it. Yeah, you know. We speak the same language, pal.
We do. Nice touch from Carlo to stay on the lower side of that 6 ball. Really didn't matter too much which side he was on. Positional play for the 7 is fairly routine. Carlo's looking really good here in rack number 12.
Yeah, just centre of the table with the cue ball now. Even a little bit higher works. Then he's got a couple of options to get on. Yeah, so he's going a little bit higher because he wants to spin this round off 2 rails.
Bring the cue ball right down near that Andy Cloth logo.
As you said, it's just about to hit.
Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, good spot.
Nicely done by Carlo Biado. Takes rack number 12 and a 7-5 lead over Kevin Cheng. We are racing to 9. This is an alternate break format, as you can see. I do have Mr. John Lehman handling the reffing and racking duties for our feature final match. We are playing with a standard style rack, meaning the 1 up front, the 9 in the middle. The other 7 object balls can be placed anywhere in that triangle. Or diamond, I should say. It's also a 3-point rule on the break. 3 balls must be pocketed and or cross the head string. Otherwise, it's an illegal break, and the opponent has the option to take the shot on or pass it back to the breaker.
The last couple of breaks, has to be said, it's not been the finest rack from John, a bit sluggish, so I'm sure Carlo wishes the same again, but Kevin needs a good break here, you feel, because if he loses this next rack, that puts Carlo Biado on the hill. And it was a good rack. And the 1 ball's coming round.
Look at the 1.
Oh, that's big, that. If the 1 ball falls, it'd been very difficult to get from 2 to 3. Now, because the 1 ball stayed there, look how easy you can get from 2 to 3. The difference is millimeters sometimes, millimeters. But as I've said that, has he slightly overrun it, so he's going to have to top this ball in with high right. Because he needs to get over towards this 4, doesn't he? Just a bit lower than the 4 would be nice.
Yeah, you see him point there where he ideally would have liked to have landed. Now he's on the wrong side.
So here comes the spin. Has he hit it hard enough? Has he hit it hard enough? I think he's just got there.
I think he's got just enough. Cue ball's going to be hit with a little bit of pace.
So it is thin, but he does have a shot on it. Judging the cue ball's not easy. Can he kind of play it with a bit of right and maybe go up?
Try to avoid the 9, but avoid the scratch up in the upper left as well.
Yeah, he's played it with slow drag. Oh, he's killed that really well, to be fair. That looked a lot thinner. These Taiwanese players, they just play them shots, they get so much out of the cue ball. So now you see again, he's going to be spinning this 4 ball up top with loads of right.
This is not a fun shot for the cheese.
No, but it's a type of shot where, again, they're very good at this type of shot.
Kevin really studying this. Kind of tough to tell what he's looking at from this angle.
Is he looking? He's not looking at the middle,
That's
is it?
that's what I thought too.
I think that's too tight for the middle, is it?
It's got to be.
He must just be looking at his aiming point. I don't know.
Looks like he's loading up with inside.
And he's missed it.
Undercut it quite bad and hung it.
Yeah, he's missed it. It was never easy. He killed that 3 ball probably more than he thought he could. And now what a chance. Carlo Biado, 5 simple balls to get him on the hill.
Carlo with a couple of options here. I imagine he'll just run forward 1, possibly 2 rails. He's played the 7 to the upper left. Oh, he went 3. He's going to play the 7 to the upper right. Look at the cue ball. Cue ball was
Yeah, that run a little bit further, didn't it?
tracking toward the side for a moment. Keeping us on our toes here. That's exactly what we want.
Navigated that well off a couple of rails. This looks pretty good. So just this 8 ball and the 9 ball to put Biado on the hill.
It's not looking good for Kevin Cheng at the moment. Black Tiger is on the hill. Carlo Biado leads by a score of 8-5. We are racing to 9, win by 2. So, Kevin with his back against the wall. He needs them all from here.
Mr. Biado is on the hill and breaking.
Thank you, Mr. Lehman, for agreeing. Got John Lehman, our referee, out there. Been working hard all week. Folks, you can see across the top of your screen. I'll go ahead and mention them as well. Could be the last time this tournament we get a chance to mention them, so we would love to thank our host location, Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. Master Chalk and Predator cues. Cyclop pool balls. We've got the new Cyclop Hyperion pool ball sets that we've had the pleasure of utilizing all week. This event is also brought to you by Diamond Billiard Products. 4.5 by 9 foot diamond tables wrapped in beautiful green Andy 988 cloth. Folks, if you're on Facebook, check out facebook.com/HowCue, HOWCUE. Another one of our sponsors of this event. Big thank you to the Rio Hotel and Casino. We've got some events coming up there later this year as well. And this event has been produced by CueSports International, brought to you by the WPA.
Carlo Biado is breaking for the Players Championships.
Wing ball down, legal break. 1 ball down, and he's got a shot on the 2. That could be all she wrote, folks. We'll see if Biado can keep it together, run these 7 balls, and take a title.
I do believe this 2 ball in the right centre is a little bit more acute than this camera angle is telling us. But I think what he'll do is he'll try and swing the cue ball in between the 8 and the blue 7 ball. Off 3 rails into the middle of the table. It's kind of like match ball, if you like.
Tight squeeze into that side pocket from this angle, isn't it?
Yeah, it puts a whole different dimension on this shot. But watch the cue ball. And he's rattled it. It was tight. He had a good cue ball. Kevin Cheng is still alive.
There's a look right there. He knows he had the opportunity, and he's still promised opportunities in this match. This is an alternate break format, but he would have liked to have just sealed the deal right there. And he was in very fine position for the 3-ball had that 2-ball dropped. However, it didn't. And that brings Kevin Cheng to the table. Good shot and good angle. Got 2 options to play position here. He can go forward 2 or 3 rails. He can just drop back 1 rail. Either way, extremely high percentage for good position. Shot to the one he just played. Shot on the 7. Great angle. Can just draw this 1 rail on either side of the 9. Just kind of depends on how deep he wants to dig. I imagine he comes to our right side as you view the screen. Of course, I'm wrong. These guys, time and time again, proving me wrong.
At least you're learning, Ben. That's the main thing.
I'm trying, sir. I'm soaking it up.
Good news for Cheng. He will have the break.
That's correct. 8-6, he will have the break in rack number 16.
Mr. Biado is leading.
So we're winding down now, folks. 8 days. 8 days of fun and work. All winding down. Final match of the event. We saw Niels won the consolation event over the hitman Thorsten Homan. This happens to be stage 2. This is our main event here. Much more money up for grabs. First was a nice $10,000 payday. Second place isn't too shabby either, earning a healthy 7,500 bucks. Not a bad start to your trip to Vegas.
So Biado did have a chance for the title. Wasn't an easy chance, but it was a chance. Kevin Cheng breaking to stay in this match.
Sticks the cue ball, it gets kicked, and he's in an excellent position. 3 balls down, 6 to go. Good starting shot on the deuce here. Exactly what Mr. Cheng needs. 4 to the 5 could be a little bit funny. Anything could happen. Kevin not too comfortable setting his bridge. We've seen him change his bridge position a few times now. Must feel a little bit awkward over the edge of the 4.
Judged that well.
Definitely does not want to be straight on this 4 ball. He needs to leave a nice healthy angle to get back across table for the 5. That's pretty good. He's probably going to have to hit this firm unless he opts to spin forward.
Pace is key here. Straight's not
Wow, he hit that.
really. Yeah, that'll
Perfect.
work, won't it? Yeah, he's got angle. Probably have to play this fairly firm to get the cue ball out, but it's down quick, so tells you he's happy with it. And rightly so. So we got action now, folks. It's Carlo's break, so will he be left with the same opportunity Kevin Cheng's just had, or will he have to work for it a little bit more?
Yeah, Carlo breaking with the opportunity yet again. Take the title.
8-7 in favor of Mr. Biado.
The first WPA Players
Race to
Championship.
9. Win by 2.
Again, folks, lots of friends, lots of family and fans in the building. We do apologize if there's a little bit of ambient background noise or if a foul word should slide through our microphones via the crowd. We do apologize in advance for that. I think for the most part, everybody is pretty well under control. Having fun, but still keeping a good focus on this match here. We see our referee, Mr. John Lehman, doing his very best to ensure a nice, fair tack for Carlo Biado. Carlo should win this game. The match is over. If Kevin Cheng should win this game, we will see at least 2 more racks played. This is a win by 2 format. We really have been treated for the last 8 days to some excellent, high-quality pool. It's pretty awesome to see people from all different countries and continents come together in one place with the same objective. To come in and win. Carlo Biado has, and Kevin Cheng as well. Neither of those 2 gentlemen have lost a single match since we've started this event.
Yeah, as this match draws to a close, we're not sure who's going to win. And we're also not sure who's going to win the next big tournament after this. Just 2 days' time, it is the inaugural Matchroom Pool US Open 9-ball championships. There's still tickets available. You can go to pool.com, come down and watch the world's greatest players. Carlo Biado has got a great opportunity. In 9-ball pool, this is all you can ask for when you're on the hill.
Yep, wide open table, open opportunities. We are playing all ball fouls, so he needs to make sure that his shirt does not touch the 3 or the 8 ball as he stretches over the table.
And regardless of what might go on, if he doesn't run these balls, he has had his chance. This is his chance to win the tournament. And that is all you can ask for. Some days you don't get it, some days you do. When you do, you have to take them. You feel like this is key shot now. If he gets back table on this 4 ball, you can't really see how it can go wrong.
Carlo taking him, and I can't say that I blame him.
Yeah, he knows, doesn't he? He knows this is the key shot. He needs cue ball to slow down, though. Yeah, he's got hold of that one. Still got a shot on the 4, but
5 balls away from victory. And a silence just came over the entire building.
yeah, the building knows. Griff Billiards knows. Everyone in here sweating this match. Key shot coming up. And he's missed it.
He cut that 4 ball. Folks, can't express how much pressure these 2 gentlemen are under right now. The title on the line, the money on the line. Knowing that you're being live streamed and in a building with a ton of people watching. Pressure is incredible. Now, that wasn't the easiest shot in the world, but it must be said that the pressure is certainly overwhelming at times. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little pressure in the booth commentating at times, so I can only imagine what these 2 gentlemen are fighting on the insides.
Well, as I said, Carlo Biado has had his chance for this tournament. He may not get another one.
You like to roll this ball, or do you like to snatch it back into the side, the cue ball back to the right side rail?
Yeah, I don't really like rolling the ball. Personal preference, but it's not really for me. Similar shot to when Carlo was playing the 4 ball. He played it to try and miss the 9. I think I'd have just played it with the hair of the other side and risk bumping the 5. Just in personal preference at the end of the day, but I just want to pop my ball, you know. As we've said, you never know what chances you're going to get in 9-ball pool. Hsuan Cheng will have the break if he can pot these 2 balls. That looks pretty good. It's going 8-8. Win by 2, don't forget, folks.
We are tied up at 8 apiece, so we're going to get at least 2 more racks. This is a win by 2 format. And Kevin Cheng now with the opportunity
The current score is 8-8.
to steal the lead in rack 17. The pressure just keeps on mounting. I don't think we could have asked for a much better, closer, tight match for the finals, eh, Carl? It's a pretty good one, huh? Back and forth.
Me and Jason were saying it's got. Can we get it to 9-9? Hill, sudden death rack.
11-11.
Oh, 11-11. Sorry, I do apologise. That was.
There we go. Now we've actually got the graphic on screen, folks. So we've come to that point in the match when it's useful to provide that info on screen. We are playing win by 2. So the winner of this match, although it is a race to 9, does not win the game, or excuse me, does not win the match after this rack. In a normal situation, this is what we call hill, and this would be the deciding rack. For this particular tournament, we are playing win by 2. So things have gotten extremely interesting in the last 15, 20 minutes. As if they weren't already to begin with. Wing ball down, 7 ball down. Cue ball playing follow the leader with the 1 ball. Just kind of tracking together.
It's not too bad, is it? He's got a shot in this left corner. Send the cue ball off left top rail for the 2, so it's an opportunity, this. This match has been going 2 hours, 10 minutes, and it's 8-8.
I might get a funny look for this, but it doesn't get said enough. I would like to show a little appreciation for our production manager, Vincent, and all the hard work and hours he puts in, putting up with the players and putting up with us commentators and juggling 1,000. It really is an art form.
He might even break into a smile after this.
Mission accomplished. Vincent's a great guy. Some people don't understand what really goes into a production like this. He's not even local either. He travels to do this. So we're lucky to have him. And it's fun working alongside him. Pretty good shot on the 1 to start the rack, and Cheng. I think he's going to have to kill this ball and play the 3 to the upper left. Do not believe it passes the 6 to the upper right. It may, but he's looking at the left. So he can play this with a little bit of a draw kill stroke and decrease the travel of the cue ball after contact with the blue 2.
A little bit short of pace. So is he going to spin this round in point?
I do believe the shot becomes a little bit more difficult you try to spin around with inside, it becomes a little bit more of a difficult pot on the 3. But I think he'll be okay. This whole building is focused on this match. And what a treat it has been.
Nice shot. Back in perfect position. What must Carlo Biado be thinking? His opportunity for this title.
I hate to say it, but he's had 2 glorious opportunities so far. And it's not over. By no means are we shoveling dirt on Carlo's grave just yet. Anything can happen, as we've seen. Carlo's turned it back over a couple of times and allowed Cheng back into the... The same thing could happen in favor of Biado. Anything can happen in our game here. So after being down 2 or 3 racks, Cheng 1 ball away from taking the lead and putting himself on the hill. Does so beautifully. Handles his business. Biado's got his work cut out for him now. So a similar scenario as to where we were 2 racks prior. If Cheng should win this game, the match is over. If Carlo wins this game, we will see.
9-8 in favor of Mr. Cheng. And please turn your phones to vibrate or silent, please.
Sorry about that. I wanted to let our referee finish his thought. If Cheng should win this game, it's over. If Carlo Biado should win this game, we will see at least 2 more racks. Should we end up tied at 11 racks apiece, there will be a 1 rack decider with a lag to determine who breaks that rack. We are 2 hours and 16 minutes into our final. Can't say that I blame either player for being deliberate and taking their time. There's a lot riding on this. We've also seen our ref making sure to give these players a good tight rack time and time again, which we all know can take a little time in itself.
So the pool gods are still with Carlo, but now he's got to clear the table to stay in the match.
And in the 9 didn't move at all on that rack, I don't believe, but I do believe the 7 does pass to the lower right. There may also be a wired 7-9 combination. Not anymore. And look at this. Carl, would you look at this?
Carlo Biado is throwing this match away. He's played real good throughout this match. but the latter stages, he has really missed the boat. How do you hit it, and how do you get it safe? Can he go off the side rail underneath the 5?
Excellent look right there.
And maybe make the 2 ball? Whatever he's going to do, he's in a world of trouble.
What do you think he was trying to do there, Carl? Was he trying to... There was no need to run into those balls. The 7 passed. I'm just trying to...
Yeah, I think the angle of stunning it in was coming in between the 9 and the 6, going into them, so he had to play it with a bit of right to check, and I don't think he fancied that shot, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I can think of, so whether he's... I don't know.
I wonder what is going through the mind of that man on your screen right now, knowing he had this match in the palm of his hands and could potentially be giving it away, as you said.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what he's dealing with. Even on the 1 ball, he's probably thinking, I should be sipping champagne, celebrating my win. Again, this is where the shot clock for me comes into its own. There's not a lot of options here, and it must have been 2 minutes.
Whoa here.
He's trying to check it up, cue ball just before the middle. The reason why he can't go off, let's say, in between the 2 diamonds on the bottom is because he'll miss the 2. So he has to aim sort of closer to the 6 to check it up before the middle. But
Grabbing a bridge and shooting the cue ball right at the A in the Andy word. Could he hold the line and still catch the 2 without using the left side rail?
I think the only problem with that is you've got to...
Well, there's a lot of problems, but
well, you've got to stretch over the bridge, haven't you? You could even flick the 9. This is the shot I thought straight away. Off the, underneath the orange 5 with a bit of left.
In between the 4 and 5?
Yeah,
with the
between
cue
the 4
ball.
and 5, sorry, yeah. Yeah, just go underneath the 5 with a bit of spin and, yeah, there you go. Onto this diamond here, just to the left of this pocket, underneath the 5. Bit of spin going up. If you can hit the 2 full, you can make this ball. Obviously, it goes without saying, contact is a must. And he's got safe. I do believe Kevin Cheng will take this bank shot on.
Really?
You think he's going to play safe?
I guess I hadn't taken enough time to make a decision yet. But
I just think the angle the 2 ball's coming in at the bank, it plays a big pocket, and he can squeeze the cue ball underneath the 3. It's kind of match ball. I think you've got to attack the table here.
well, he just pointed kind of to where you were alluding for position on that cue ball, so maybe he's looking at that same shot.
I know he could chip off the edge of the 2, but then you're leaving your opponent a kick shot, and you never know. This is a chance for the match and the trophy. And the money. Chase that money. Well, he's playing safe, so he's going to chip this 2 ball. If he does play safe, he's in 2 minds. He don't know if to play safe, or do I go for the kill? If he was watching the World Pool Masters 2 weeks ago, he should go for the bank shot. It is. I can see what he's trying to get out. It's kind of an easy save. Chip the 2 ball over towards the 3, and use the 7 and the orange 5 as your blocker. Guaranteed distance. Come on, Kevin, take the bank on. You know it's the shot. The angle the bank's coming in at the pocket, it plays as a big pocket, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Plays a little bit bigger than... I see what you're saying, yeah. He's got the whole opening.
Yeah, correct. I just think he's going to go close. He's not going to miss this by a mile, is he? So close to it. Take it on. You're 9-8 up. Plus, I'd like a cold beer.
I think he's taking on your shot, Carl.
Intrigued to see where this 2-ball hits. It's close, but it's not in.
Where's it going to land?
And this time, it's not paid off.
Carlo has a shot.
Get back up table for the 3 this, though. Because I think if you just top this ball in, it's going near the pocket in the 6, isn't it? The green 6, so you might have to jack up and kind of make an angle here.
Yeah, he may have to manufacture some sort of angle here. I can't see him just rolling the 2 in and taking the long shot. He's got to find a way to get back up there, but how?
This match has been a story of twists and turns. Is there another twist?
Slightly elevating, loading up with inside, catching the foot rail between the 6 and 8, kind of killing the cue ball and trying to bring it straight back up. It's an extremely tall order, but I think if he digs into it enough.
I think you've lost the plot. Oh, and he's just flicked the 5 and he's gone behind the 4. He's going to kick 2 rails and try and pocket this 3-ball in the top right-hand pocket. You would think if this doesn't go in, he's going to stick it up. Can Carlo Biado, the former world 9-ball champion, kick this 3-ball in? Filipinos are renowned for their kicking skills at important times.
You can see him eyeballing the 2 rail. Go long rail, short rail, into the 3, hoping to pocket the 3 into the lower right as you're looking at your screen. If he doesn't, I believe he's hoping. The pool gods have got to shine on him for this shot.
You would think he's going to hit this with a fair bit of pace.
Just hope he doesn't hit that one bad spot, and you know what I'm talking about when you catch the underside of the 3.
Yeah, I think from that angle, he'd have to hit it real thin to scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he scratches from there, it's a real poor shot.
Here we go.
He's flicked it.
Oh, wow.
If the cue
It's gonna
ball
get behind
stays,
the 6.
oh wow!
It's going to go behind the 6.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Oh my God. What did we say about Filipinos kicking at these crucial times? That is incredible. The 3-ball has moved a couple of millimeters. That is it. And the cue ball's gone round and come behind this. This is... you think you've seen it all. You think you've seen
The twists and turns in the last, about an hour now.
Carlo Biado has had opportunity for the match. 2 good opportunities. He's had opportunities in this rack. He's had to kick at the 3 ball, and he's got one of the best flukes. Any contact. Oh, what a kick shot. Granted,
is it going to leak out?
Yeah, granted he's leaked it out, but he'll be more than happy with that. Ball on the top rail. You've got to be happy. Carlo Biado has been struggling the last 2 to 3 racks. This is no gimme.
I cannot believe what has happened just in this rack alone. It's unbelievable. You can see he's kind of trying to eyeball away for position on that 4 should he pocket this 3.
We have been playing 2 hours, 30 minutes exactly. The score is Kevin Chen 9. And he's faced with this long 3 ball to stay in this year's final. Oh, is it heart of the pocket? And he's got the nudge.
Perfect.
Maybe Carlo Biado's name is destined to be on this trophy.
Well, with a shot like that, it sure could be. Tough shot at the most crucial time. So 5 balls away from tying it back up.
There's a lot of pressure out there. You just feel like both players have really slowed the games down.
A little bit funny here.
Yeah, it's not as fine. It should be better on this ball than that.
See, he got down on it and addressed it and didn't like it. Gonna reset, figure out exactly how he wants to gain position for this 6th ball. Can't even describe the pressure out there right now. Splits the pocket. Holds the ball, cue ball beautifully with inside English. Carlo looking really good to tie things back up at 9 apiece.
This match looks like it's going to go on. As I said, that cue ball lands in the worst possible position. He's probably going to have to just stop the ball. Well, he can pull it back a little bit so the cue ball's on the rail. This 9 ball to go 9-9.
And just like that, we are tied up at 9 apiece. So we will see at least 2 more racks played. This is a win by 2 format. As you can see the graphic on your screen, it's a race to 9. We are tied at 9. But like I just said, if we end up tied at 11 racks apiece, there will be a 1 rack decider.
We are in the win by 2 area of match.
As you just hear our tournament director say, we are in the win by 2 area of this match. Tied up at 9 racks apiece. We have seen some crazy swings. Carlo in command right in front of the finish line. Gives a few opportunities back to Cheng. Cheng takes the lead. Amazing safety. And now we're tied back up again. See our referee doing an excellent job, Mr. John Lehman. See a list of all of our. I also want to thank the Rio Hotel and Casino. We don't have a graphic for them, but we do want to thank them for their support. We have some events coming up in July. That will be at the Rio. We've got the USA Pool League National Championships and the BCA Pool League World Championships running side by side. It's July 17th through the 27th. For information on that or to sign yourself or your team up, check out playcsipool.com. Kevin Cheng studying the rack here. This is rack 19. We are tied up at 9 racks apiece, 18 racks down. Kevin Cheng to break rack number 9. So we are getting all that we bargained for and more with this match. We thank you guys so much for tuning in, supporting us, supporting the players, supporting the stream, supporting the game. The drive break from Kevin Cheng. As you see, Mr. Lehman kind of stepped to the table. That was an illegal break. We have a 3-point rule on the break. 3 balls must either be pocketed and or every break. The cue ball does not count. On that break, we saw the 5 and 6 travel past the head string. Nothing else did, and nothing was pocketed, deeming that an illegal break. So now Carlo has the opportunity to address the table or pass it back. In this particular scenario, Carlo will not have the option to push out, but if he passed control back to Cheng, Cheng would have the option to push out.
What a miss, pal. Quick bathroom break there.
Didn't miss much. Illegal drive break.
An illegal.
Carlo's just addressing the table right now, deciding whether or not he wants to take this on, and if so, how to do it.
It was a good effort, wasn't it? It was thin. Good news is it's gone safe.
So now we're going to need to see Cheng. We saw the kick shot of the tournament last game. A little bit of a fluked safety by Carlo Biado. Incredible shot nonetheless. Now Kevin's got a few things to. You see where he's pointing on the rail there. I think he's looking to just nip the side of this 1 ball. Leave it on the rail or in very close proximity to the 7. Send the cue ball up toward the upper right. Doesn't want to scratch, obviously. Want to head that direction.
Let's get this cue ball towards the 6, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he missed the whole ball.
He's missed the whole ball.
No contact, foul.
Can Carlo Biado get on this 2 ball for a 2-9? Does the 3 ball go in the side?
Is the shot. I don't believe the 3 passes, and he's got ball in hand. He can put this wherever he wants for position on that too.
Yeah, the problem is if you don't get on the 2, it's really not easy. If the 3 ball goes, I can't imagine him playing a 2-9. All depends on this 3 ball, doesn't it? Obviously, if he gets on the 2 ball sort of perfect, then the 2-9 becomes unmissable. But if you land a little high or on the roof, the 2-9 does become missable. I think after the kick shot where he snicked the 3 ball and come 4 rails in behind the 6, he should just do what he wants, because it could be name on trophy.
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way at the moment.
Now he's landed on the bottom rail, so this shot becomes a little bit more difficult. You can see there, if cue ball would have been just a simple combo, now he's cueing off the rail and he's got to find that angle. I'm not predicting anything because this match has had everything. Carlo's missed golden opportunities in the balls, so you can see there, just trying to pick his point on this far rail. He's made it. Carlo Biado goes 1 in front. Who'd have thought this? Who would have thought this? When he missed golden opportunity for the match, you could never predict this.
Score is currently 10-9, Mr. Biado. We're in the win by 2 portion. This is game 20.
Don Lehman said it all.
Is it?
No.
No.
Wait. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yes, it is Carlo's break. Kevin
Ooh.
Cheng had an illegal dry break last game. Need to think about that one for a second. So we are into rack number 20. Carlo breaking. If Carlo can break and run this, that's what he's got.
9 ball on the break. Not at that pace.
He might
Don't
have-
understand this break whatsoever.
That's illegal.
Just give him a whack. This break's not been working. Kevin Cheng chop this 1 ball in. Think he can. Not easy to get on the 2.
You'd love it because you have an opportunity, but pressure is just incredible. It's not an easy shot.
I'm amazed how slow both players play, though. I won't lie.
We are 2 hours and 45 minutes into this match. We are in rack number 20.
So this is very thin. The famous mannerisms of Kevin Cheng, up, down, up, down. Whereas the cue ball looks pretty good, this. Looks real good.
That was a beautiful shot. That was not easy.
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
Yeah, it would take a mental error from here, I think. Everything's got a hole. Nothing's tied up.
Yeah, it's just a case of making sure you got an angle on the 4 to come back out for the 5, and then you need an angle on the 5 to come down table for the 6.
He's given himself a little bit of angle, but he's not happy with it.
He's not happy, as you can see.
Some awkward cueing around that 7 ball. And this is all ball fouls.
He's trying to draw in between the 5 and the 7 like that. Needs this to bounce though.
It's going to spin too in his
Needs
favor.
it to bounce.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just kind of got there, hasn't he? It's a thin one, thinner than he'd liked.
See which side of the 9 ball he decides to. I think he could in that 5 and check it with some inside, come between the 7 and 9. He could also use a little bit of outside and possibly come between the 6 and 9. It's tough to tell from this angle which is the smarter of the 2 options. That's a great angle. I think I believe. Maybe a little bit of inside just to kill it. He kind of felt the same way I did. Except he hit it better than I would have.
So he's going to draw this ball back with left spin. Left spin on this cue ball will revert the cue ball to go up table a little bit closer to the 7. Just about okay, but he got into that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Roll this into the upper left. Fire in the 8. Let's go 10-10. He's digging it a little. Wants to be close to his work here on the 8 ball. It's a little bit of a stretch for the average height person. Cheng going back to his bridge head. extension, excuse me. So a massive shot here. Carlo wins the game, it's over. Cheng wins the game, we get we are tied at 10 apiece. We've played 20 racks of pool. These two guys just going at it. Excuse me.
10 to 10. We are still in the win by 2.
I can't imagine how mentally drained and exhausted these two gentlemen are. Been playing all week for one, but then just to have a marathon match like this in the finals. We couldn't have asked for more twists and turns in this match. And it's still high quality pool. It's not like it's bad twists and turns. It's extremely high quality pool. We're just getting here and there, keeping somebody else in it. It's been extremely entertaining.
Kevin Cheng will be breaking in the 21st rack.
Kevin doing a little studying, looking at the rack, seeing what Mr. Lehman gave him. The rack 21 in the finals of the 2019 WPA Players Championship, right here from Griff's in Las Vegas.
Well, they've gone more turns. Surely this match is going 11-11, sudden death rack. You would think after all this and nearly 3 hours of pool, we may as well see one last rack.
I think they should. Totally kidding. This is rack 21 of a possible 23 racks of pool. Kevin electing to push out. He had no clear shot on the 2-ball to start the rack. Can't tell if he's left an edge or not.
If Carl hopes, could possibly kick off the side rail, try and keep the cue ball in that area of where the 2 is. Yeah, that tells you there's probably a little edge, but Chen will play the kick shot if he gets put back in. Played it this way instead. Where's the 2-ball finish?
He's got coverage behind the 9, but I assure you he's not happy where that 2-ball landed. Cheng quickly grabs his jump cue, knowing he's fully hooked behind that 9, but the 2's about 4 or 5 inches away from the hole, so there's a good pocketing.
Yeah, the pocketing of the ball's probably not the hardest part in this instance. That 8 ball's a very big ball because of where the 4 ball is, and he's got to try and get the cue ball kind of
Drawn out of there.
yeah, get it out of there.
Back-to-back jump shots from Cheng. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, Ben.
So he did get out for the 4, but he's way over left side of table. This isn't it?
You see where he's kind of pointing where you might want that cue ball to go. He's going to have to load this up with inside, which, as we talked about earlier, increases the difficulty in pocketing the ball. I do like how calculated and measured he is. He draws things out, kind of lets you know what he's not trying to shoot right now. He's just looking. You can tell just kind of by the way he's over that ball. He's trying to figure out the smartest way to play this. He might opt to cross the 4 somewhere behind the 5 or 9 for coverage. This is a tricky shot here. I think you're supposed to take it on.
Yeah, taking it on. You can't guarantee getting on the 5, it's that thin. If the 6 ball wasn't there, too thin. One thing for certain, Kevin Cheng won't be rushing the shot. Is he taking it on, or is he playing safe? The shot.
Wow.
Honestly, that is an unbelievable shot. To pot that at that pace, so clean,
Under these circumstances,
off 3 rails and land there, it simply is shot of the match for me.
so then the safety, couple racks back.
I just think that was super thin. This is a similar shot Carlo Biado had to win the match. Was it the 4 ball or the 4 ball?
4.
He was 9-8 up, I think, or 8-7, I think. Over 2.
Yeah, I think that was at 8-7. That could have been case game for him.
Now, obviously, Kevin needs to get over towards the left side of the table because of the 6. And he's overdone it. Very similar shot to Biado. Is it goal? It's not too bad. Both players missing the thin cut along back rail. Can Carlo Biado get that cue ball over towards the green 6 and the 8?
I like that shot. We are officially over the 3-hour mark of our final match. This is rack 21 of a possible 23. Carlo taking his time to figure out what he wants to do here. Do not believe the shot here. I think Carlo Carl nailed it. And he said, snuggle up that cue ball behind the 6.
The thing that's probably scaring Carlo here is he doesn't want, he can't get going to a rail, so if he does play that shot, he's putting a lot of spin on this though. Is he trying to use the 9?
He's not banking this, is he?
Oh no, he did play there. This is the problem. This is the problem. Needs a good 5. Oh, it's a nice shot, that. That's good vision. There you see Kevin Cheng practicing the shot he missed.
Yep. That one could haunt him later on.
Can see an extreme edge of this, but
looks like he is going to attack that edge. Okay, we just saw him point. What was he implying with that point? I do not know.
I'll tell you what,
Wow.
this is another
Wow.
unbelievable shot.
Absolutely incredible.
What a safety shot that is.
Wow.
At this stage of the match and the pace, unbelievable. I think Carlo's got the jump cue out. Now, I'm not sure if he'll play the pot here because cue ball you would think to the top right pocket. So I don't know if he's playing safe just to separate balls or is he attacking the pot. He did attack the pot and he's nearly fluked the 5.
It still might go. It still might go. I don't
Can
think
Kevin Cheng pot this 5 without scratching?
I don't think so, Carl. I think
He's having a smile, isn't he? He knows it's close. I think he's had another roll.
both of these guys must just be we have seen every possible twist and turn in this match.
I do not think he can pot this ball.
There's no avoiding that scratch to pocket that 5 in the upper left of your screen. Is he going to cross it? Possibly 2 rails? I don't know.
I just don't know. Can he? 5 ball and draw back onto the top jaw of the middle? I don't know. Oh, wow, how did he hit it? How did he hit it?
What an incredible shot. I didn't think it was possible. I did not think it was possible to pocket that ball without scratching.
I think he's had to play it off the bottom jaw to create.
And after that shot, the entire building went silent. I'm in a booth 30 feet away from them, and I still feel like I should talk quietly.
Just needs to draw this cue ball back. Got into it a little bit too much. Didn't want to come that far.
Not too often do we see a race to 9 where the score is tied at 10 and we're still playing, Carl. The first to 11. So if Kevin should win this game, it's all over. Carlo's going to need to win this one and then win the playoff should we get to that point.
By 2 area.
What a match. What a shot Kevin Cheng played there. Do believe he only had to pot the ball.
T2. About to get kicked off here. We are definitely getting all that we bargained for.
Carlo Biado will be breaking.
So if Kevin Cheng should win this game, the match is done. If Carlo Biado should win this game, we will be tied at 11. Both players will lag, and we will have a 1-rack decider for the title. Should Carlo win this rack?
He's made the 8. Where's the 1 ball though? It doesn't look good, but I do think there's a bank on. Now obviously getting from the 1 ball to the 2 could be problematic. Chop the 1 ball in, but obviously cue ball's running to 3 ball, so he needs to look at that.
Carlo doing a little surveying after his break shot here. So far of the tournament, this has been Carlo's most rack. Given the juncture of where we are in this tournament and the stakes involved, he's elevating, but which way is he going? Upper right or banking to the upper left? Oh, he's not elevating anymore. Get the 1 into the 3, send the cue ball around table. It's a pretty creative shot.
It's a very creative shot. Not a lot of people would have done that. They might have been firing at something. Can Kevin Cheng hit enough back down the table? It's a tight one.
Yes, it is. I mean, he can get through there, but predicting where both balls end up is a different story. In front of a hole. looks like Kevin's made up his mind. Kill the cue ball and leave it right up there. Would be great. He almost flukes the 7 ball in. Leaves a shot on the 1. And has now opened up the 3 ball. A little more anyhow.
So Biado navigate this long ball. Position on the 2 ball doesn't look too difficult, does it? It's just a case of potting your ball here.
Carlo was down 10-9 and hit a very similar shot to this one you see right in front of us.
Again, fantastic shot, has to be said. At this stage of the match, cueing down on the cue ball, very good shot. There, it'd have been perfect, low or high. I think he's landed dead straight, so can he pinch a bit, or does he have to draw this ball back? If he has to draw the ball back, speed control can go wrong here. You can under-hit it or over-hit it. Perfect. This key shot now, you feel this is where he could maybe miss the 3, but I'm just trying to find something. It does look like it's going to go. Decides to bump the 5 ball to hold the cue ball. Straight on this, he might be forced into playing a 5-7 combo. You wouldn't think you want to do that, but he might not have any choice. The reason he won't want to do, you'd have to hit that pretty bad for that to happen. So he did force an angle and come over.
Perfect. I think that's a better angle to come in at the 9 and an easier shot than leaving the cue ball down table to then try and hit it thin. He got down on it like he wanted. Carlo taking his time, but also ensuring that he makes the right decision for himself.
Topping this ball through, isn't it?
He's not expecting to see this.
Get the cue ball high on the table, so now he can just pot this 7 with a bit of left-hand spin. Using that left rail, the cue ball will travel all the way down the table.
Can't say that I would be head rip first. Don't think he will, but it wouldn't be the absolute worst angle to come into that 9 from, but it's tough to control that speed. Carlo obviously playing a much 9 ball. So barring a mental error here, we are going to see a lag and a 1-rack playoff to determine the winner of the 2019 WPA Players Championship.
you see a high five. Good sportsmanship from both players. This is an important lag. Biado wins the lag. Kevin Cheng a mile away from the top rail.
Or from Carlo Biado. This is it, folks. This is our final rack of the event. We've been coming to you for the last 8 days from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. This event has been sponsored by Master Billiard Chalk, Predator Cues, Cyclop balls, Diamond Billiard Products, that beautiful green Andy 988 billiard cloth, How Tips, H-O-W. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/HOWCUE. CueSports International, and brought to you by the WPA, the World Pool Billiard Association. Referee John Lehman with our final rack of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, when the tournament is over, so please stay tuned afterward. I know we've all been watching pretty intently now for pushing 3.5 hours. But we certainly have gotten
in some ways it's quite fitting to end the first ever WPA Players Championships with a one-rack shootout between these two great players. It's been a fantastic final, and the odd little fluke or two.
Carl, could you imagine a golden break right now?
Well, one thing's for certain, it would get us to the bar quicker.
Wow.
It all depends. If Carlo plays the soft break, the 9 won't go anywhere, will it? And he's gone over to the left side of the table. This is a brave move, because this can become an illegal break. They won't have power. Six ball vanishes. Where's the 1 ball going? It's gone in. There is a gap on the 2. He does have a shot. Good news for Chang.
Again, a very similar shot to the one Carlo made last rack that led to a run out on the 1 ball. Very similar. He seems to excel with these little bit off angle, but full table for rail. This could be the shot of the tournament right here.
Well, if cue ball was off the rail, this makes this shot so much more difficult because it is on the rail. Getting on the 3 ball is real tough. There he's pointing where he'd love the cue ball to be. I think you've got to pot your 2 ball though. That's rule number 1. Tie it off the top rail. This is it, people. This is the shot. Pot your 2 ball. Get on the red 3 for the title. Has to be said, he's missed that by a long way. Where's the 9 ball gone?
Did he get fortunate?
He has.
He did.
Wow, you can tell he's held his hand up. Honestly, Carlo Biado has had some unbelievable run of the. There you see Kevin. Just smiles, wondering why me. He missed the 2 by
That cue ball and 9 ball to land where they landed, all 3 of them.
So there you can see it. You can see the right edge of the 2 ball. You're going to try and bank this 2 ball up in between the 9 and the 4. To the pocket.
I'm not going to attempt to guess what he's going to do. I'm not going to make myself look like a fool. I'm just going to stay here quietly and let the pool do the talking right now. He's down.
Yeah, I just feel like that ball on the left side of your table, the green 7, blue 7, is his intended target. He tells you. 3 ball obviously doesn't go in the pocket unless it goes through the gap of the 2 balls, but let's pretend it doesn't for a moment. Still a bit of life left in this rack.
There we see it a little bit better. Carl, I might go off both. Shoot it into the edge of the 8, into the edge of the 5. I don't know. Still kind of tough to tell. Have to get the player's perspective on that one. Got a massive crowd around this feature table. Everyone's left their bar stool, left the action.
At this stage, it's difficult to know the kind of shot attempt the pot. Just shows you the pressure that's out there. You've got a former world 9-ball champion and a former US Open champion.
He overcut that by quite a large margin.
Easy attempt, but it has to be said, he's a million miles away from potting both of them. Kevin's having a laugh to himself again because if cue ball doesn't land on the rail, he can get easy position on the 3. I think this is going to come down to a bank shot, you know. Can he pot this 2 ball and come over this side of the table to bank the 3? No, he shouldn't.
He is looking at that. I don't know. I'd be looking at a way to try to play that 3 to the lower left in any way possible.
If you're dead straight though, how'd you get on it? He must be dead straight. If he had any type of angle, I think he'd have been down by now and tried to force it through. .40-second shot clock. He would have played the shot by now.
Oh, Carl, you've been in this spot before. Big title on the line, all the money, all the pressure. Did you shoot the shot in 30 seconds or less? Probably.
If there was a shot clock, I would have done.
And if there wasn't, would you take your time?
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Wowie, wow. And he's even given himself, I can't believe the crowd isn't applauding that shot
Yeah,
much louder than they are.
It's an unknowledgeable crowd, it must be said.
He is on the right side of this 3.
Yeah, just slightly hampered by the black, isn't it? 3 ball does go past this 7, so that's not a... If he pots this ball and gets on the 4, this match is over.
Apologies, folks, if a foul word or two slipped through our microphones. We're doing and professional. We do have an excited crowd with us. So occasionally something slips, and we do apologize if it made it through. Just get the feeling that this is the ball, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah, you do, yeah. This is the ball, and like I say, if he gets position on the 4...
Look how awkward that bridge is.
Yeah, I fancy him for this. Yeah, he's played a wonderful shot on the 3. Look at this, 2 unbelievable shots.
This match has been outstanding. Excellent. Twists and turns. It's not over yet, but it will be shortly for one of these two. I'm not going to get ahead of the game and say that Cheng is out yet. Good spot. 3 balls away from that first place title and $10,000. We might see Kevin Cheng at the craps table later.
Yeah, smart play that. Just leave it long, no heroics. Both players have had chances. Kevin Cheng, the first 2 shots of this rack were unbelievable. He is your 2019 WPA Players Champion. What a match.
Folks, we're going to have a post-match interview with Ted Lerner. On behalf of Boys, it's been a pleasure all week. Hope you had as much fun as I did.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my...
Okay, I'm here with what a terrific match right there, right down to the wire. Kevin Cheng winning it, 12 of the WPA Players Championship. First, runner-up Carlo Biado. Carlo, obviously very disappointed. First of all, we have to say, what a wonderful tournament. Let's give him a round of applause, Carlo Biado. What an unbelievable player, right? But Carlo, you first of all, we'll talk about that last rack in a second, but you.
Pipes were I'm excited in the two ball. I don't know if the two ball I miss in the side pocket. After that I'm struggling.
So when you missed that ball you were almost going to win the match. You kinda lost it a little bit.
I lost my game in the chat. When I missed the two ball, and my hands are shaking. That's why I can't, I can handle the pressure.
All right, so you're under pressure. What happened there with the two ball in the last rack?
Well, I think I hit you watching the two ball is skid. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you came very close. Overall, how do you feel about your performance this week?
Well, I'm happy because I made it in the final. I'm not, when I'm in the Philippines, I'm not play too good.
I think you played very well. It just came up on the wrong end. But Carlo, congratulations. What a great tournament, and you're a credit to the game. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dad.
Carlo Biado. All right, now, your champion. So, Kevin, you're down 8-5 in a race to 9. He's shooting at the table. What were you thinking at that time?
I think I missed too many shots at the beginning, so I thought I lost, especially the short rail. So when he just made 3-4 and then followed the angle a little bit big, I think he's gonna hit it soft, and the cup is a pretty hard shot. So I think maybe I got a chance.
Yeah, and you won 4 in a row. You were up. It seems that one mistake you had to perhaps think you could win it.
No, I thought I just lost the game. He gave me a chance. I just pretend because it's A5 win by 2. I thought I have no chance to win this match. So I just pretty like practice, no pressure. I just let it go. Who knows? He gave me many chances. That's why I thought he book himself. I got twice good opportunity. He hook himself. It's pretty hard to kick, but he's still kicking. I think I have no luck. Maybe I gonna lose again, but who knows? I still got good low.
So the last rack,
Pretty nervous, as you know. I play so slowly, so thank God no shot clock. But it's every shot is pretty tough shot because the two ball he missed it is throwing the rail. I have to jack up pretty hard to make it because almost make it. I can make it, maybe I can shoot. I just make safety. Who knows the best position over there. Yep.
Okay, well, congratulations. That was a terrific run out, and what an effort to come back. You are the WPA Players Champion. Now, stick around. Hold on, both you guys, because we're going to give out, first of all, a nice round of applause for our referee, tournament director, John Lehman. It's very hard work. It's a long match. Now, we'd like to invite in to hand out the trophy and the checks. Firstly, the CEO, and the president of the WPA, Ian Anderson. Okay, now, here, where's Carlo? Come on over here. Trophy, the WPA. He will also receive $7,000 from the Philippines, Carlo Biado. Ian, all right, now here to receive this beautiful trophy, he's also going to receive $10,000 for first prize. He is the WPA Players Champion from Taiwan. Okay, now we'll get some more pictures. You guys hang out here. out. So, Ozzy, I know you had a few things to say to some of the good folks here.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank Ian Anderson and the WPA for having CueSports International as part of this event. We're very honored that they selected us to be their partner for this. And we'll get better and better and better over time, but we always try to do a great job. And to the unsung heroes over the last 8 days, the focus has been all about the players for the last 8 days, as it should. But now I'd like to give a nod to my fantastic crew. They did a great job. To the camera work, to the commentary, and even the customer support. Everybody did a great job. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. Tell them thanks for a wonderful job.
Thank you, guys. Everybody has really been great here, and such a professional effort. So thanks very much, Ozzy.
Thank
A few words, so we'll keep this short. So congratulations, first of all, on this event. Any other words for everyone?
I'd just like to thank everyone for the tremendous job they've done putting this together. Aussie Reynolds and CSI, they've done a wonderful job. This tournament, they're sponsors that are participating in many events. They're great supporters of the game overall, not just this event. No, we really appreciate their support here. John Lehman, I think, needs a mention. He's been here from the qualifiers right through to the very last ball potted in the final game. So, tremendous job.
All right, Ian, thanks very much. We hope there's a lot more WPA events in the future.
Thanks, Ted. I hope so too.
Okay, that'll do it. And we're going to let these guys thank everybody. Thank you.